Blackwater Fire of 1937 changed the world, and you've never heard about it. In 1937, the Blackwater Fire started outside of a small community called Cody, Wyoming. The fire blew up and ended up taking the lives of 15 young firefighters and injuring 38 more. Most of those who died on the fire were either from the Forest Service or from the civilian conservation. Prior to this time, when there were big fires, the Forest Service would send people out to fight the fire, but they didn't have a lot of staff. And the Forest Service would go into the towns and the bars and the train station, and they would recruit whoever they could to go out and fight the fire. But in the 1930s, America was struggling with the Dust Bowl and the Great Depression. President Roosevelt introduced the Civilian Conservation Corps program. So the CCC program took men from all over the country and it put them to work. Anybody could sign up as long as you were a young man, single, and your family was poor. You'd earn $40 a month. 5 of that you receive, and 35 goes back to your family back home. So the young men in the CCCs were supporting their families in a time of dire economic circumstances. They'd send these groups of men out to different parts of the country to work on roads, lookout towers, campsites, all kinds of public works projects. So suddenly, in the 30s, forests were filled with these camps with groups of young men who were there to work. And so when there was a fire, you could call on the CCC to send manpower. And that's what happened with the Blackwater Fire. So this fire starts. The CCC guys show up. The Forest Service is providing leadership and direction. The CCC is providing manpower. They get into this fire. They start working. The fire blows up, changes direction, and overruns dozens of young men. 15 young men lose their lives. The Forest Service had never encountered anything like this. The closest thing to it were the 1910 blowups, but even that didn't compare. How they handled this tragedy really says something about the American Fire Service. This is a firefighter story, but it's also an American story. What came out of this were a number of innovations that changed the face of the fire service. For one thing, the whole concept of professional wildland fire crews can be traced back to the 1937 tragedy. And so that's where hotshot crews came from. One of the first 4 original hotshot crews was the Los Padres hotshots. I used to be a Los Padres hotshot, so it's a really proud part of our history. It's also where the tradition of accident investigations came from. This was the first major wildland fire fatality investigation in the Forest Service. I also investigated wildland firefighter fatalities, and the investigator from the Blackwater is really a hero of his. One of the most significant impacts was that the smoke jumper program was created after the Blackwater Fire. Smoke jumper program is tied in with the creation of the 101st Airborne. Firefighters saw a tragedy. They were determined to innovate and make things better, and their innovation not only changed the face of the fire service, not only changed the face of American history, but helped the Allies win World War II. This is remarkable. I'm going to be telling some of those stories in a little more detail in future videos, but for now, I just want you to know Blackwater Fire, it's a story of tragedy, but it's also a story of innovation. This is what we're about, is taking tragedy and doing something meaningful and good with it. I tell you more of these stories as I hope to inspire you to learn and to innovate. These are important stories because we need to honor what's honorable in our past, and also it can inspire you to learn and to innovate, and then when something bad happens, you can do something really good with it. So we'll be diving deeper into that in future videos.